Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert, and it's my pleasure to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Before a guest ever steps foot into one of your lobbies, they've already been on a significant journey, a digital one. Today, we're going to dive into exactly how that journey unfolds, because mastering it, well, that's the key to success in modern hospitality. Think about it for a moment. The very first front door a guest walks through is almost always digital. It's your website, maybe a social media post they scrolled past, or a search result. What we're going to do is map out that entire journey, from the very first click all the way to that final confirmed booking. And this really gets to the heart of it. You see, securing a booking isn't a single event anymore. It's a process. It's a journey. And our job as hospitality professionals is to understand and guide this journey, making it as smooth and as appealing as possible for every single traveler. So how do we actually map this journey? How do we visualize it? Well, we use a really powerful framework for this, and it's called the conversion funnel. It is absolutely essential for understanding the modern digital guest experience. So what exactly is a conversion funnel? Simply put, it's a model that shows how we go from a huge number of potential guests who are just browsing around down to that much smaller group who actually book a room. It helps us analyze every single step of their decision-making process. The traveler's path can usually be broken down into 4 key stages. First, it starts with awareness. That's when they first even learn that your hotel exists. Then, hopefully, comes interest, where they start to explore what you actually offer. After that, they enter the evaluation phase, comparing you to others. And then, finally, if everything goes right, they reach the booking stage. This structure gives us a really clear roadmap to follow. All right, let's take a guided tour through the upper parts of this funnel. We're going to focus here on the traveler's mindset, what they're thinking, what they're doing as they move from just a casual glance to considering a hotel as a serious finalist. Everything starts with awareness. This is that first spark, the moment a traveler becomes conscious that your hotel even exists. It might be through a digital ad, a beautiful photo on Instagram, or just a result in a Google search. Now, the key objective here isn't to get a booking right away. No, it's simpler than that. It's just to plant a seed of recognition. Okay, so once a traveler is aware of you, they might move into the interest stage. This is where they'll click through to your website, they'll browse your photo gallery, and they'll read all about your pool or your restaurant. At this point, your digital presentation is absolutely critical. We're talking high-quality images, clear, inspiring content. That's what turns that initial curiosity into genuine interest in what you have to offer. Next up is the really critical evaluation stage. The traveler is serious now. They've got multiple tabs open, they're comparing your prices, your rooms, and your guest reviews against all the competitors. This is where trust and transparency are everything. Things like hidden fees or confusing policies can get you kicked off their shortlist almost instantly. Your only goal at this stage is to stay in the running. And this brings us right to the moment of truth. The guest has evaluated their options. They're right there at the threshold of your booking engine. This is where they make that critical decision. Do they proceed with the booking, or do they abandon the process completely? And that leads to the million-dollar question for any hotel operator, doesn't it? Where are we losing people? Understanding why they leave is the key to improving performance. These exit points, we call them funnel drop-offs. And here are the usual suspects. A website that's a maze to navigate. Surprise fees that just pop up at the last second. A booking form that feels like an interrogation. Every single one of these is a point of friction that makes a guest just give up. But listen, every friction point is also a huge opportunity for improvement. I mean, you can almost feel the difference here, can't you? On the left, you have a high-friction experience. It's frustrating, it's way too complex, and it just raises security questions. But on the right, you have a low-friction one. It's simple, it's clear, and it's reassuring. The goal is to make booking feel effortless and completely safe, especially when someone is on their phone. So how do we fix these problems? We have to shift our focus from just identifying issues to actively creating solutions. This practice is known as conversion funnel optimization, and it's all about paving a smoother, easier path for our guests to follow. This table lays it out perfectly. It connects a clear problem to a specific solution, and most importantly, its impact. For example, if guests don't trust the site, you display security badges to reduce abandonment. If they're confused by the booking form, you simplify it. These aren't just guesses. These are proven strategies that directly build guest confidence and, you guessed it, boost your booking numbers. And how do we know which solutions are actually working best? Well, we use data. Digital experience testing, you might also hear it called A/B testing, is how we validate our changes. We can test two different button colors, two different headlines, or two different page layouts, and then we let the analytics tell us, without a doubt, which one converts more guests. And honestly, you might be surprised. We're not always talking about massive, expensive website overhauls. Often, it's the smallest tweaks, like changing the text on a Book Now button, or just making the price a little bit clearer, that can create this amazing domino effect, leading to a really substantial lift in your conversion rates. And we can't forget the psychology here. A guest isn't just buying a room, they're investing in an experience. They are anticipating a vacation or a celebration. A smooth, welcoming digital process actually reinforces that positive feeling and connects it directly to your brand. Finally, and this is so important, it's critical to understand that this work is never really finished. The conversion funnel isn't something you just build once and then forget about. No, you have to think of it as a dynamic, living system that needs your continuous attention. So here's the bottom line. Guest expectations are always changing. New technologies are always emerging. What was a wow feature yesterday is completely standard today. So continuously monitoring and optimizing, especially for your mobile users, isn't just a good practice, it's absolutely essential for survival in the digital marketplace. And that leaves us with a final question for you to consider. Your hotel's first welcome mat, it's now made of pixels and code. So as technology continues to redefine what convenience and service truly mean, how will you redesign that digital welcome to not only meet, but to exceed the expectations of tomorrow's traveler?